And welcome back to Island Life Live. Yesterday, May 15th, was Peace Officers Memorial Day, a day when we pay tribute to local, state, and federal law enforcement officers who have made the ultimate sacrifice or have been injured in the line of duty. Now, this Saturday, we're going to remember Hawaii's fallen heroes with a ceremony right here on the island of Oahu. And here to tell us Foundation, retired Major Kurt Kendro. Aloha, Kurt. How you doing? Oh, Major, how you doing?
Thank you. I'm doing very well. Thank you.
Thank you so much for being here on the show with us. Now, before we get into the details of the ceremony, can you give us a brief history of the Hawaii Law Enforcement Memorial, that area right here in town?
Yeah, it's right here in town, right next to the Kalani Moku building. About 10 years ago, Joan Gribben-Ayu got this great idea to put together a memorial because we were the last state in the union to have a fallen law enforcement memorial for law enforcement officers that made the ultimate sacrifice for our communities.
And it's not just Honolulu or Hawaii State Police officers. You also have federal and everybody in the state.
There are 80 names on the law enforcement memorial from every level of law enforcement, whether it's state, federal, city, the military police.
Military too,
the
right?
Coast Guard is on there.
Wow.
These officers, law enforcement officers, as long as they were serving the people of Hawaii, their names are on the memorial.
Wow. Why did it take so long? Why were we the last?
Well, each agency remembers their fallen law enforcement officers in their own ways. But this is a location for everybody to visit, to give honor, respect for those 80 names that are on the memorial.
Mm-hmm.
And I consider it a place of honor. And so it took some doing to get it. And thankfully the state donated us the land on the grounds of the Kalani Moku building. And in 2016, the memorial was built, and it's still there today. And this Saturday, we'll add 4 more names to that memorial.
Yeah, let's talk about that because you guys actually have some names from the late 1800s, early 1900s, and even an officer who has a very special place in our hearts here on Island Life Live from last year. Can you talk a little bit about all the officers?
So, 1860s, we had what we think is the very first deputy sheriff in the state of Hawaii, in the Kingdom of Hawaii, who was trying to evict people that were in the Kona area on the Big Island.
Mm-hmm.
And a judge had ordered their eviction, and they killed Deputy Sheriff Neville, who we believe is the first deputy sheriff to be killed in the line of duty. He had put a posse together to help evict these people out of that land, out of those lands, and one of the members of the posse, the only thing we can identify him as is Constable Kamai,
Wow.
who was also killed in the same incident.
Wow.
So those are 2 names. In the 1900s, we have Michael October from the island of Hawaii, the Hawaii Police Department, who was arresting somebody who had killed 3 people and died during that process of trying to arrest him.
Wow.
And then, of course, Bill Sepulveda, great guy, friend to you and me, great entertainer, served our country in the National Guard, served our police department. I was lucky enough and honored to be his commanding officer in the traffic division.
Wow.
It was a terrible loss when he passed away last year. But it's an honor to be on the foundation, and our foundation, our board members, to add their names so that his friends, his family, law enforcement officers can go and remember him and give him the proper respect.
Well, that is amazing that you're in this position to actually, be part of the memorial on Saturday, to have him be a part of this memorial wall. So give us the details on the ceremony that's happening.
So we're hoping for a lot of sunshine.
Yeah.
First of all, but it's going to be right at sunset, 5 p.m. on the grounds of the Kalani Moku building, the intersection of Punch Bowl and Beretania Streets, near the Hiroshima Peace Bell, is a law enforcement memorial. A lot of people don't know that.
Yeah.
There's parking in the municipal building. There's also parking in the Kalani Moku building that'll be available. But we're going to start right at 5 o'clock when the Royal Hawaiian Band leads us in with our entry, and we will honor those 4 law enforcement officers as well as the 80 law enforcement officers who who made the ultimate sacrifice for our community.
Major, thank you so much
Thank
for
you
being
so
here.
much.
Look
Really
forward to seeing you on Saturday. And for those of you that cannot make it, the ceremony will be live streamed on the Hawaii Law Enforcement Memorial Foundation's Facebook page. And you can go to kitv.com/links and click on Hawaii Law Enforcement Memorial Ceremony, and you can join the ceremony this Saturday.